Welcome to Cognito Key. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. You know, have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, how do we actually talk to satellites zooming through the vastness of space? Well, the answer often comes down to a surprisingly simple shape made of wire. All right, let's just jump right into this explainer and unlock the fascinating secrets of the helical antenna together.
So what exactly is it? A helical antenna is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's an antenna designed using conducting wire that's constructed in the shape of a helix. Basically, it looks just like a giant spring. This simple shape is literally brilliant because it operates perfectly in the very high and ultra-high frequency ranges. We're talking right between 300 megahertz and 3 gigahertz. Let's break down the basic blueprint. What's truly fascinating here is just the sheer simplicity of the whole thing. You basically take a thick copper wire, wind it up into that spring-like helix shape, and pair it with a flat metallic ground plate. To actually power it up and provide excitation, you just connect a coaxial transmission line right at one end. The inner, central conductor connects directly to the helix itself, and the outer conductor attaches to the ground plane. Boom! That's the entire fundamental foundation.
But of course, the real magic here is in the math. It's kind of like a puzzle with three main geometric pieces. We've got n, which is the total number of turns in the wire, then s, the spacing between each of those consecutive turns, and d, the diameter of the helix itself. You want to find the total length? Just multiply n times s. Need the circumference? That's just pi times d. Sounds simple, right? But these exact physical dimensions are absolutely crucial. They completely dictate how this antenna is going to perform out in the real world. Now, this brings us to a highly critical measurement, the pitch angle, represented by the Greek letter alpha. Think of this as the angle existing between the tangential line to the helical wire and the flat plane normal to its axis. Here is the crazy part. This single angle completely transforms how the antenna acts. If the pitch angle is exactly 0 degrees, the wire closes up and it acts just like a flat loop antenna. But if you stretch that pitch angle all the way out to 90 degrees, it straightens out and transforms entirely into a linear dipole. The unique magic of the helix lives right in between those two extremes. Which naturally leads us to a vital question. How does a helical antenna actually emit radiation? We know that when we excite that conductive wire with a coaxial cable, current flows through it, generating field lines and radiating out into space. But depending on those exact dimensions we just talked about, this antenna will push out radiation in two very, very distinct modes. Let's quickly contrast those two modes. First up, we have the normal mode. Here, the maximum radiation is emitted perpendicularly, radiating straight out from the sides of the antenna's axis. On the flip side, we have the axial mode, which is also known as end-fire radiation. In this mode, the strongest beam shoots straight out along the axis of the helix, almost like a flashlight beam. Notice the math here? Normal mode happens when the antenna dimensions are much smaller than the wavelength, whereas axial mode triggers when they're approximately equal to it. Let's focus on the normal mode for just a second. Because the dimensions are super compact relative to the wavelength, it essentially acts as a broadside antenna. Now, this compact structure makes it absolutely fantastic for small, portable mobile devices operating on VHF and UHF bands. But that small size comes with a major cost. It offers pretty low radiation efficiency and a very narrow bandwidth. Because of those limitations, engineers needed something way more robust for heavy-duty communication. So to get to the really powerful stuff, we have to ask, what is the exact condition for having an axial mode of operation? How do we actually achieve that powerful, highly focused beam shooting straight down the center axis? Well, the axial mode condition is essentially the sweet spot of helical antenna design. To achieve this broad, highly directional beam, you need the circumference of the helix and the spacing to be approximately equal to one wavelength, and pay super close attention to that pitch angle requirement. While the pitch can technically vary between 12 and 18 degrees, exactly 14 degrees is the absolute ideal angle to get the best possible results. Exactly 14 degrees. That's the magic number. When you hit these numbers perfectly, the terminal impedance sits beautifully right near 100 ohms. This precise axial mode configuration is exactly why engineers absolutely love utilizing this design. First off, it offers a beautifully simple construction compared to other super complex array setups. In axial mode, it's highly directional, which is fantastic for targeting a signal over massive distances. Plus, it provides a really wide operating bandwidth, which is perfectly suited for those crucial high-frequency ranges. Of course, every great design has its trade-offs, right?
There are definitely some physical disadvantages to consider. To achieve that powerful axial mode where the circumference equals a full wavelength, the antenna ends up being quite large. That makes it a bit too bulky for your standard everyday consumer electronics. Also, and this is a bit counterintuitive actually, scratch that, it's very counterintuitive. You can't just keep adding loops to make it more powerful. The efficiency of the antenna actually drops as the number of turns increases.
Okay, let's bring all this wonderful theory back to reality. Where do we actually use these bulky, highly directional antennas? The answer? Space communication. Because of their incredible directivity, their sheer simplicity, and their wide bandwidth, helical antennas are the absolute backbone of extraterrestrial communication. We literally use them all the time for satellite relays, beaming telemetry data back and forth, and ensuring space probe propagation reaches us loud and clear here on Earth.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why they are so perfectly suited for the harsh vacuum of space. Because they're configured in that end-fire axial mode, they produce circularly polarized waves over a wide bandwidth. So what does that actually mean for us? It means they can easily capture signals of arbitrary polarization. When signals are beaming down through the unpredictable ionosphere from a satellite tumbling around in orbit, a helical antenna doesn't care what angle the signal arrives at. It just grabs it cleanly and effectively every single time.
It is truly mind-blowing how a carefully measured coil of copper wire serves as our primary key to communicating with the stars. As we push further and further into deep space exploration, you really have to wonder, how will this simple, spring-like design evolve to help us communicate across entirely different galaxies? Thank you so much for joining me today on Kognito Key. If you found this explainer helpful, please hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to like and share this explainer with your friends and fellow learners. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and I will see you in the next explainer.